Welcome everyone to Gamer Meld. Today I have more terrible news. A fourth GPU competitor is here. Full pricing of Intel's 12th gen CPUs and Nvidia's RTX 4090 is the biggest upgrade in years. Okay, it's news time, and first up for today, I have some terrible news. Of course, that seems to be all there is in 2021, but this is pretty bad. In a new report from Nikkei Asia, rare earth metal prices are skyrocketing. I'm talking lithium is up a whopping 150% when compared to last year. Now, that's not too surprising given the growth of the EV market, but it doesn't stop there. Tin is up 81.8%. Terbium oxide that's used to make LEDs and displays is up 60.4%. Aluminum is up 55.4%. And even copper, which is basically in all electronics, is up 37.3%. According to the article, the first to feel such a jump will likely be smaller to mid-size electronic component makers, which will be passed on to Samsung, Apple, etc. One leading thermal solution provider to Apple, Dell, and others stated that he's already losing margin in sales from the first half of the year. According to the report, it looks like huge demand and growing tension between the US and China are mostly the cause. Ultimately, this could have a huge impact on prices before long. Let's just hope something gets better before it reaches that point. But first, if you're currently paying for streaming like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, etc., certain movies and shows are being hidden from you because of your geographical location. That's right, there are tons of shows you simply can't watch right now because of where you live. Well, you can change all of that with today's sponsor, Atlas VPN, one of the cheapest VPNs that can grant you access to Netflix and other streaming sites. And it's really simple. Just open the Atlas VPN app on whatever device you use because Atlas VPN supports pretty much everything. Then connect to the country you want to unlock the library of, reload your streaming app, and that's it. Plus, Atlas VPN basically hides who you are online. And you can get all of this for just $1.39 a month for 3 years when you use my link in the description. And that comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So don't wait any longer. Next up for today, it looks like a fourth GPU competitor is gearing up to launch a couple GPUs that actually aren't that bad. According to a new report from MyDrivers.com, the Chinese chip maker, I can't pronounce that, just announced the tape out of two new GPUs, the JM9231 and JM9271. Of course, tape out means we likely won't see these for about a year, but they're clearly real. As far as specs, the JM9231 apparently comes with 8GB of GDDR5 and is clocked above 1500 MHz. The JM9271 is the bigger of the two and allegedly comes with 16GB of HBM memory and is clocked over 1800 MHz. What's interesting is that the JM9271 gets single precision compute of 8 teraflops, which is right around the 1080, though a bit less. Of course, you can't compare the theoretical performance with gaming performance, but given neither card comes with DirectX or Vulkan support, gaming isn't really an option anyway. What would be nice to see is how good these could be at mining, since every one of these that a miner buys is one they don't buy from AMD or Nvidia. Fingers crossed. Next up for today, it looks like we finally have some real numbers on pricing for Intel's upcoming 12th gen CPUs. And it's not bad. So far, we've seen leaked prices from a couple different sources, but this time we actually have pricing from a US retailer, which should give us a much better idea, especially given it doesn't seem to be exaggerated for early buyers. The pricing comes from ProVantage with the story from video cards, and it actually seems to list both the tray and box pricing. Now, it is a bit odd that the box pricing is cheaper in some parts, but regardless, as you can see, the 12,900K is listed for $605, which is a $55 price increase over the 11,900K. But once again, remember that the leaks so far have shown the 12,900K is right on par with AMD's 5950X, which has an MSRP of $800. And yes, it is cheaper now, but there's still a big difference here. Of course, AMD is set to release their 3D parts, but they'll still likely have to come down in price. Once again, competition is great. Next, we have the 12900KF, which is $578. Then we have the 12700K for $422, the 12700KF for a bit cheaper, the 12600K is $288, and the 12600KF is just a bit cheaper from that. Basically, if all of this is true, which is looking more and more set to be the case, Intel's upcoming Alder Lake CPUs are going to be a big win for Intel. Then again, we'll have to see how good the performance is in Windows 10, given their new scheduler looks to be designed for Windows 11. Time, as always, will tell. And lastly for today, we saw a post back in July from known leaker Greymon55. Remember that this is the leaker who discussed an Intel slide that shortly after seemed to leak. Either way, in this older post, he stated that the RTX 40 series would be built on TSMC's 5nm process, and that the 4090 has double the performance of Nvidia's 3090, which is a huge claim. I mean, we're hearing something similar for AMD's next gen, but that makes a lot of sense because it's rumored to be a multi-chip module. Now in that post, Greymon55 wasn't sure, though other leakers were claiming to hear something similar. Well, in a new reply to that post, Greymon55 is now claiming that 2 times the 3090 is actually a conservative estimate, meaning it should be even faster, which is incredible. Of course, he could be referring to ray tracing performance instead of typical FP32, but if that was the case, I'd assume he would say so. Either way, it would be pretty impressive. Then again, this is 5nm, which is a massive jump over Samsung's 8nm process. I mean, Intel's own 10nm process essentially dwarfs it, so TSMC's 5nm process is leagues ahead. And remember that you can't compare the actual node number anymore, they're more or less marketing terms or perceived performance at this point. Either way, Nvidia's upcoming 4000 series of GPUs are looking to be a serious upgrade over their 3000 parts. I mean, we thought the 3000 cards were good. This type of upgrade is something you basically never see from one generation to the next. So while that does it for today, are you excited for Nvidia's 4000 series of GPUs? Especially since you probably won't get a chance to buy a 3000 card. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you liked the video, please subscribe. And as always, have a great day!